What does it really take to start a business? Now, a lot of people will say you have to incorporate an LLC, you have to make a website, you have to maybe hire people. I'm not sure how people define, business in their mind. But to me, you can break it down to one very simple thing. You have a product or a service or something, and you find someone who's willing to trade you money for that. So basically, you get your first customer or client, and you have a business already, right? That's all it takes. Once you have your first client or customer, you can get your second. And the more sales you make, the more that money can fund whatever else you need to do, such as make an LLC, make a website, whatever it might be, right? Now, if you try to do it the other way around and make the LLC and make the website, but you have no sales, you have nothing to fund it with. So it's just a black hole that's sucking up money. And I think this is a mistake a lot of business owners make. They come up with the business plan, they do a whole bunch of stuff, but they never actually just like pick up the phone and call someone or talk to someone on the street or put up an ad, right? Whatever it takes so that they can sell the product. So it's worth thinking of your business plan in terms of, well, how do I sell the first one of these? Or how do I sell the first 100 of these? What's my plan to do that? And what can I try right now that gets me a step closer to the first sale? It could be talking to someone, it could be putting up an ad, it could be asking a friend, if they know anyone. It could be going to a sort of networking event or a group or like going to the place where your customers generally hang out to see what you can learn about their needs and serve them better. And one of the best ways to sell something is to figure out what problem it's solving for the customer and figure out how to make a statement, right? Like a sentence that really encapsulates the pain of that problem and how this solves it, right? So, like something like a headline, almost like, you know, do you feel hopeless when you're doing this? Well, here's the solution. I have the thing that will no longer require you to feel hopeless when doing that thing, right? So then you're not just selling a product, you're selling hope. And hope is a lot more compelling and powerful than a product. So try to figure out what emotion is associated with the solution that you're selling, right? Like meditation apps understand this. They don't just sell meditation, they sell stress free living or peace of mind or relaxation or mastery, right? Of yourself, of your mind, of your body. Um, so try to figure out what emotion you're selling, and that makes it much easier to communicate the sale. So I think starting a business is a lot simpler than people realize, but it's unintuitive because the common narrative has been around a lot of things that aren't really relevant to just making your first sale, right? Like being an LLC doesn't help you make your first sale. Having a website could help you make your first sale, but there are usually simpler ways to get your first sale than a website.